Today we're going to talk about the Sony A7 III and why you should buy it in 2025. Sony A7 III. It's a camera that I have used for approximately 5 years now, and it has been my main camera. It's followed me everywhere. It has helped me start up my content creation company, and till this day I'm using it for both client and personal work. First thing I want to highlight is the build quality. It's quite solid, feels like a proper professional camera, but at the same time, it doesn't weigh heavily in your hand if you are shooting all day long. So in that sense, the build quality is superb. Another great feature is that the camera is weather sealed. So if you take it to super snowy weather or rainy, slushy day, then you are gonna be super fine with this, and you should not worry about water getting into all the different areas of it. Super good. The Sony A7 III has a 24.2 megapixel full frame sensor. It gets you so far. When you make photos and you crop in, it's actually still gonna hold up the quality. Of course, if you want to print your images, you might see some flaws, but the photos that I've printed, the photos that my clients have printed, have been super fine quality, although I've cropped in. So definitely I can recommend this camera if you're shooting for clients or product photography that has to be printed. Another great feature that I really enjoyed is that it has a dual SD card slot, which means that you can have two SD cards in the camera at the same time. You can switch between the two, but you can also combine it so that one of the SD cards functions as a backup. That's super useful if you are shooting weddings or other events where things cannot just be taken over again. Like you cannot redo the moment. That's when you need to be reliable of your camera, and it's technology. Sometimes it will let you down. And that's exactly why this feature is so important, because then you have the security in having the backup option. Let's talk about the lenses for this camera. It has a Sony E mount system, which allows you to use all the Sony lenses and also a lot of second party or third party lenses. Like Tamron, I use a lot of Tamron lenses because they are usually the cheaper options and they get almost the same quality. Also, you can use APS-C lenses for this camera. It's gonna crop it, so there will be a crop factor. But if you think about that, and if you know it, the quality that you get, both in video and photos, are actually surprisingly good. You're gonna get the quality of like 10 megapixel photos. So if you're shooting for mainly like social media or even for clients, it can actually work fine with both full frame and APS-C lenses. In my experience, this camera is an amazing camera for photography. I bought this 5 years ago and I'm still using it as my main photography camera. It has super good autofocus. The battery life is super long. Like I went for a numerous amount of wedding photography gigs and it held up so well. Especially the face detection and low light performance come in really handy in those circumstances. One of the features that many have actually criticized is the tilted screen, is the fact that it cannot flip out and be fully articulated. In my opinion, that's a really good feature for a video camera, but when you're shooting photos, the majority of time you're gonna either get low angles, and then this feature is super good, or high angles, and then having the tilt function right here, it works super well. The only minor drawback I would say is that you cannot flip it out like this. So if you're shooting on a like real sized photo, then you don't have the option if you go low to kind of pull this out. For the price point of this, you will get a solid photography camera that's gonna take you so far. The camera's quality in terms of video production is good. It shoots 4K up to 30 FPS. and you can shoot in S-Log2 and in other picture profiles, which allows you to get creative and start to learn about the different aspects of videography. This camera can also shoot 120 FPS in HD, and even though it's not 4K, it's still holding up. Like, I've shot video projects for clients and for personal use. Even though you shoot in HD, the client won't complain because the quality looks super good. Would I recommend it as a video camera solely? No, because it shoots 8-bit color, not 10-bit. And for someone who's starting out, this is sufficient. You know, you can use this. But as soon as you start to work in environments where you cannot just change the lighting setting because you're on the run, you're on the go, then having the flexibility with the 10-bit color is just super important. And it's something that I missed using this one as a video camera. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. It means the world. And I'll let you know that, like, this is my findings using the Sony A7 III. So take it with a grain of salt, research the internet. I do that myself always. And then get your own idea of whether or not this camera is for you. That's all from me today. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.